Good evening, you're watching Brass Tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. In a 97-minute speech, in his reply to the motion of thanks in the President's address in the Rajya Sabha, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today made a point-by-point rebuttal of the opposition's apprehensions, from hailing India's trade deals, including the latest one with the United States of America, to calling out the Congress party for not doing enough when it came to policy implementation, and even raising the issue of illegal infiltration in West Bengal. Prime Minister Modi spoke about all of these issues in this over 90-minute long speech. The speech, for obvious reasons, has not gone down well with the opposition. The Congress has accused the Prime Minister of distorting facts, and the TMC has tried to counter the Prime Minister on the SIR issue. The political showdown is only escalating, and I'm afraid it's only going to escalate further in the run-up to the assembly elections in various states over the next 2 or 3 months. So the question is, did the Prime Minister managed to blunt the opposition's attack? First, the Prime Minister unleashed a no-holds-barred attack throughout his 97-minute-long speech, responding to the opposition's allegations point by point. Number one, he said the world is racing towards a new global order, with India leading the charge. Second, he said India's future-ready deals, whether it is with the European Union, whether it's with the United States of America, all of these are examples of how deals should be struck. He also highlighted how the world is turning towards India's growth story, with even developed countries in awe of India's strides. Taking aim at the Congress, he said its lack of vision, its lack of willpower, saying that the ruling NDA has done a tremendous job undoing the wrongs of the Congress party of the last 60 years. He also then targeted the TMC, opposing its stand on the SIR exercise. He backed the Election Commission and this routine exercise, which is a constitutional mechanism that's been instituted in place. He says the TMC is batting for illegals who snatch opportunities and hurt Indian people. Citing a clear shift from ad hocism, he said the NDA functions with a well-structured policy framework. He went back to the independence era, citing Nehru and Indira Gandhi, calling population a problem, while the NDA views population as power. Also, in a searing attack, he slammed the Congress for double standards, calling Mohabbat ki dukaan, which is Rahul Gandhi's stock phrase, and Khabar Kudegi, the slogan that the Congress has reserved, or some elements of the Congress party have reserved for Mr. Modi, saying that they want to dig his grave for abolishing Article 370, for crushing Naxalism, and for bashing Pakistan through Operation Sindoor. The Prime Minister even mocked the Congress for stealing the Gandhi surname and assuming the Prime Minister's post as their fiefdom. Here are some excerpts from the 90-minute-long speech that the Prime Minister gave to Parliament.
इसी सदन के एक माननीय सांसद कांग्रेस के शातिर दिमाग जिनका है, ऐसे एक युवराज ने उनको गद्दार कह दिया। अहंकार कितने 7वें आसमान पर पहुंच चुका है इनका। और कांग्रेस को छोड़कर के कितने ही लोग निकले हैं, कांग्रेस के कितने टुकड़े हुए हैं, कई लोग दूसरे दलों में गए हैं, लेकिन औरों को तो किसी को गद्दार नहीं कहा उन्होंने। और जब सफलता एक के बाद एक जन सामान्य के दिलों को जीतती है ना, तब जाकर के उनके पास एक ही रास्ता बचा है, मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। लेकिन उस हमारा याद कीजिए, बीएसएनएल को लेकर के चुटकुले चलते थे, कार्टून बनते थे। आज स्वदेशी 4G स्टैक हमने खड़ा कर दिया, और इसलिए दर्द जुबान पे आ रहा है, मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। और हमारा सौभाग्य था कि हमने भूपेन हजारिका जी के देश के लिए जो उनका योगदान था, नॉर्थ ईस्ट जैसे इलाके से पूरे देश को अपने वाणी से, अपने विचारों से, अपनी अभिव्यक्ति से बांध के रखा था। हमने भारत रत्न देने का निर्णय किया, इस पर भी इनको ऐतराज। और मुझे पक्का विश्वास है, असम कभी भी इस अपमान को भूलने वाला नहीं है।
Now, in reply to the Prime Minister's speech, Congress Member of Parliament and Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, took to the social media platform X. He hit back at the Prime Minister. He put out a post, and I read, "Just so nervous about the questions. Modi ji is so scared of the truth, took refuge in lies." So here are the facts as they stand. Who is lying? Who is saying the truth? Is the Prime Minister lying? Is the Leader of the Opposition pinning him down? The Prime Minister seems to be merely quoting from the book of selected speeches and the writings of Indira Gandhi. When the Prime Minister said former Prime Ministers Nehru and Indira Gandhi considered India's population a nuisance, this was in reference to what was quoted in the book. It read, when asked how many problems he had, my father once replied 350 million, quoting Indira Gandhi, which was our population at that time. Now the population is at 570 million, so that is the dimension of my problems. When the Prime Minister said Indira herself criticized Nehru's Planning Commission, the book quotes, and I read, for a long time I had to struggle with the Planning Commission because they were not willing to separate plans for the hill areas. Now, following Prime Minister's attack on the SIR exercise that the TMC seems to have taken exception to, and this whole refuge for infiltrators and Guspetian, as he put it, on the TMC, Bengal Minister Shashi Panja is now hit out saying that more than 150 lives were lost because of what she calls the botched up SIR exercise. That is not right for the Prime Minister to call the people of Bengal infiltrators.
जो 150 लोग गुजर गए, कैसे गुजर गए? उन्होंने आत्महत्या किया, डर गए थे, इस तरीके से अस्वस्थ हुए कि वो मर गए। आत्महत्या SIR को लेके, क्योंकि इस तरीके से झूठे इल्जाम घुसपैठिया, इन्फिल्ट्रेटर, रोहिंग्या और बांग्लादेशी, इस तरीके की बदनामी जो भाजपा बंगाल में दे रही है सब पे, आप पे और हम पे, जो 1,40,00,000 लोगों को, बड़े बुजुर्ग, साधारण व्यक्ति, श्रमिकों को, जो कृषक हैं उनको, किसानों को और आम तौर पे साधारण व्यक्ति को बुलाया जा रहा है हियरिंग के नाम पे, जो एक मुसीबत और जिस तरीके से उन पे एक जो हैरानी हो रही है, ये लोग आपको घुसपैठिया दिखते हैं, ये लोग आपको बांग्लादेशी दिखते हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी, और बंगाल की जनता ये याद रखेगी। आगे सामने चल के जो असेंबली का निर्वाचन है, यहाँ विधानसभा के जो निर्वाचन है, उसमें भाजपा और प्रधानमंत्री आपने जिस तरीके से बंगाल के हर वोटर को कहा कि वो घुसपैठिया है, वो याद रखेंगे जब वोट दान होगा।
आदरणीय सभापति जी, हमारे टीएमसी के साथियों ने काफी कुछ कहा। जरा खुद को अपने गरेबा में देखें। निर्मम सरकार पतन के जितने भी पैरामीटर्स हैं, उन सब पैरामीटर्स में नए नए रिकॉर्ड बनाते जा रहे हैं और यहां उपदेश दे रहे हैं। क्या हाल करके रखा हुआ है। ऐसी निर्मम सरकार से वहां के लोगों का भविष्य अंधकार के अंदर डूब रहा है। दुनिया का समृद्ध से समृद्ध देश भी अपने यहां गैर कानूनी नागरिकों को बाहर निकाल रहा है। हमारे देश में घुसपैठियों को बचाने के लिए अदालतों को तब तक प्रेशर पैदा किया जा रहा है।
All right, I want to go for a political face-off on this. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, is joining us. Shama Mohammed, the national spokesperson of the Congress, is joining us. Sanju Verma, the Prime Minister spoke quite eloquently. He blunted a lot of the opposition's attack, but in his 97-minute speech, he did not say once why the leader of the opposition was not allowed to speak in the Lok Sabha.
You know, Zaka, let's get one thing very clear. Who's the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha? It is the Speaker Om Birla. The Speaker has sweeping powers under the 10th schedule of the Constitution under Article 93, 94, 95, 97, 110 of the Constitution. The Speaker will decide if the Leader of Opposition will speak or not. The Speaker will decide whether the House needs to be adjourned or not. The Speaker will decide whether the House needs to be prorogued or not. The Speaker will decide whether questions need to be taken up during 0 hour or not. The first point is that the Speaker has not broken any constitutional propriety.
And the Speaker is not some supra power in this democracy, right? The Speaker has to allow people to speak.
Can I please finish? Can I please finish? Zaka, my second point is this. And, I don't want to make this personal, but let's get one thing very, very clear. How is it that when the motion of thanks was supposedly to be submitted by the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, what did he choose to do? He chose to flag an unpublished book of former army chief Manoj Mukund Naravane. And I'm sure you know this better than anybody on the panel here, that under Rule 349, you cannot be showcasing and flagging an unpublished book, magazine, or newspaper. So, if the speaker asked him to speak on the topic at hand, speaker ne kya galat kiya? Today, Zaka Jacob is hosting the debate. I am a guest on his show. Sanju Verma will answer what Zaka Jacob expects by way of the question he puts to her. I cannot be discussing, Albert Einstein's theories or, Newton's theories or law of gravity on your show. So the limited point is there is a convention that was breached. Who breached it? Rahul Gandhi. And is this the first time he has done it? No. This is the same Congress party which moved the no confidence motion against the Modi government in August 2023, Zaka. The motion was moved by Gaurav Gogoi to discuss the Manipur issue. The moment Prime Minister Modi started to speak, Rahul Gandhi and Gaurav Gogoi walked out. And you are telling me that Rahul Gandhi is a serious politician? Modi teri kabr khudegi. These slogans were raised 1 month back. Amit Shah teri kabr khudegi JNU ki dharti par. Not a single flag bearer of so-called Mohabbat ki Dukan had the decency to even condemn such ridiculous remarks against the sitting Prime Minister of the country.
Shama Mohammed, slogans of Modi Teri Kabar Khudegi. Just yesterday, Mr. Gandhi referred to one of his old colleagues who's now switched over to the other side as a Gaddar, as a traitor. He said this is the face of the traitor. This is exactly what you accuse the BJP, the language that you accuse the BJP of using. So what's the difference?
Can I speak? I need some time. You're talking about calling, he said, traitor friend, to when in Parliament, when you had the first Sikh Prime Minister, Manmohan Singh, chor hai, chor hai. Did you forget that? I will never forget it. That was done by Sushma Swaraj and Jaitley inside the Parliament. Where were the rules that time? What happened to these so-called rules? Number two, the Prime Minister himself sitting, talking, when Prime Minister Manmohan sitting in Parliament. Manmohan Singh, raincoat pehen ke shower lete hain. Then she talks about one Bittu. Who is Bittu? You're talking about the first Sikh Prime Minister. Let me tell you, farmer protests were happening. What did you call those protesters? Atankvadi, Khalistani, urban Naxal. More than 700 of those Sikhs died. Did the Prime Minister of India say one word? You talk about rules inside Parliament. Ramesh Biduri called Danish, what did he call him? Atankvadi, Katwa. What did the speaker do? Nothing.
No, Shama Mohammed, our topic of the debate tonight is none of these issues.
Wait. Pragya Thakur says, God says, Desh Bhakta hai aur rahega.
No, ma'am, one second. Just like in Parliament, the debate was supposed to be the response to the President's speech. The opposition leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, decided to speak about an unpublished book. When he was told repeatedly by the speaker, you cannot raise this, and then the speaker gave a ruling, Mr. Gandhi continued to insist, deviating away from the topic of the debate. He should have spoken about the topic of the debate, which was the budget. And what all was wrong with the budget?
So what I'm trying to tell you is that we had so many times rules were broken in Parliament. I gave you examples of Ramesh Biduri, of Pragya Thakur saying, God say Desh Bhakta. This book is published. That's why Rahul Gandhi has a copy. It has not been released. If Rahul Gandhi came with a copy that day, all right, and showed it, I saw it, Penguin, everything, it's been published but not released. And who has
But was that the debate? No, one second. You tell me, ma'am, you tell me. The leader of the opposition was supposed to reply on the motion of thanks on the president's speech. Was it to do with what happened 5 years ago between India and China, what happened in Galwan, what happened in Kailash Range? No, that was not the topic of the debate. Why was that brought in? If he wanted to, no one is saying he doesn't have a right to raise those issues. If he wanted to raise that issue, he should have moved an adjournment motion under 267 asking the Speaker that, look, this is a matter of pressing national importance. Let's have a debate on this. And we should have a debate on this. But it's not the reply to the motion of thanks on the President's address.
So the book is written by an army general. Let's understand that. It is not a nobody. All right. So of course we will raise this. It's a national security issue. And we are in a democracy. They didn't want to discuss China. They didn't want to discuss Galwan. Have we ever had a discussion on Galwan? No. So what do we do to a government which does not discuss the trade deal which has been signed, they say?
Sanju Verma, a government should be able to take all kinds of questions, all kinds of issues, whether it is Galwan that happened 5 years ago or whether it is the FTA. I mean, it's been 4 days since it's been announced. Nobody seems to know what the contours are, what the terms of reference of this agreement are.
You know, Zaka, the Congress spokesperson said a lot of things I need to rebut, and I'm sure you'll agree that is only fair. First and foremost, for any Congress person to sit and talk about how it upheld the rights of Sikhs is laughable. After the 1984 Sikh genocide, Rahul Gandhi's dearest daddy, Rajiv Gandhi said, अरे तो क्या हुआ यदि सिख मर गए जब एक बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती थोड़ी हिलती है. When Sam Pitroda was asked about the Sikh genocide, Sam Pitroda, a close confidant and mentor to Rahul Gandhi, he said, "Hua to hua." Who sent Sajjan Kumar, the perpetrator of the Sikh genocide, behind prison bars? A man called Narendra Modi. And let me tell you one more thing, Zaka. 26th December 2024. What happened? Former PM Manmohan Singh died. He was given full state honors with a 21-gun salute. What happened? On December 24, 2004, a man called P.V. Narasimha Rao died. His dead body was not even allowed into the AICC headquarters. And do you know why? Because he wrote a book called The Insider.
Why we are discussing this?
You have to give me time to speak.
No, one at a time, please. One at a time. This is not Parliament. Let's have one at a time. But Sanju Verma, what has Narasimha Rao got to do with why Parliament was not debating issues of pressing concern?
Zaka, you asked me a question. You did not interject her. I did not interject her either. Let me now finish what I'm saying.
No,
Shama, please. Yes, Sanju Verma, finish. Okay, one at a time. Yeah, Sanju Verma, please. Yes, Sanju Verma, make your substantive point, please.
I'm making my substantive point, Zaka, with full, respect to you. Please don't put a gun to my head. I will talk about 3 books very quickly in 30 seconds because this entire thing started with a book of M.M. Naravane's, which is yet to be published. Why was Reminiscences of the Nehru Age written by M.O. Mathai, who was a close confidant of Indira Gandhi, not published? Because M.O. Mathai said, for 12 years I had a relationship with Indira Gandhi. I stopped having one after I saw her behind a curtain with a man. Why was the Insider written by P.V. Narasimha Rao banned? Because Narasimha Rao wrote how dynastic politics and not merit is what drives the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty. Why was the Himalayan blunder by Brigadier Dalvi banned? Because he exposed Nehru's incompetence, which led to our humongous defeat in 1962 at the hands of the Chinese. Why was One Life is Not Enough by Natwar Singh, the former External Affairs Minister, banned? Because he exposed the shenanigans of Indira Gandhi with respect to the Sikh community. So dare not sit and lecture here. Indira Gandhi indulged in
Shama
moral
Mohammed, the Congress party has no locus standi talking about China and Chinese encroachment into India. Nehru gave away 38,000 square kilometers to China.
So let me rebut her. She spoke about Sikhs. We have no right. We have uplifted the Sikhs. When, and we've given a Sikh prime minister. Now, what's happening to Muslims? They asked Narendra Modi about the Gujarat riots. They said, एक puppy hai na, how it goes under the tire. That's what is the murder of Muslims, more than 3,000 during the 2002 Gujarat riots. So where have the Muslims been uplifted? The CM Hemanta Biswa Sarma says, if there is an auto rickshaw driver, if he asks for 5, give him 4 rupees.
Ma'am, I'm asking you something, you're giving me some other answer. I asked you a specific question. Your leader, Mr. Gandhi, wanted to raise China in the parliament. I'm asking you, how can you raise China when 40,000 square kilometers were given away during 1962 war?
Did we not discuss that in Parliament? Did not Vajpayee was not there in Parliament when this happened? Of course, Vajpayee could ask questions. We have not discussed Galwan till now. And when the book has come out, why is Narendra Modi scared? Because exactly, I'll tell you why. Because the general says, I asked them, what should I do? For 2 hours, no response. The Chinese are coming. Then say, jo uchit hai, jo uchit hai karo, means do what you want after 2 hours. Pathankot. What happened in Pathankot? We were attacked by the Pakistanis. You call the ISI to investigate. And why is the trade deal not tabled in Parliament?
Look, I don't want to get into the politics of it. I don't want to get into the politics of it. All I'll say to both Shama Mohammed and to Sanju Verma as I conclude this debate is, it's always healthy in a democracy that Parliament discusses these issues threadbare, whether it is Galwan, whether it is the budget, whether it is the trade deal, the contours of which we're still awaiting. It needs to be thrashed out in the temple of India's democracy, which is the Parliament. Unfortunately, that's not what is happening there. It's rhetoric. One side is talking about Galwan and China, which happened 5 years ago. The other side is talking about these incendiary slogans that have been made by the other side. Ultimately, the issues that matter to the people of India are not being discussed in the one place where it should be discussed, which is Indian Parliament.